It was a calm and peaceful evening by the Sea of Galilee. The golden sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. Jesus had spent the entire day teaching and healing the crowds. As the day drew to an end, he turned to his disciples and said, "Let us go over to the other side." Tired but trusting, the disciples nodded and climbed into their small fishing boat, ready for the journey ahead. The boat glided smoothly over the calm waters. The disciples rowed steadily as the stars began to twinkle in the darkening sky. Jesus, weary from the day, found a cushion at the back of the boat and lay down to rest. Soon, he was fast asleep, the gentle rocking of the boat lulling him into deep slumber. Suddenly, the wind began to howl, and dark clouds rolled in, covering the stars. The calm sea turned wild as waves rose high and crashed against the boat. Rain poured down in torrents, and the disciples, hearts filled with fear. Water started flooding into the boat, and they struggled to keep it afloat. Panicked, the disciples turned to Jesus, still fast asleep amid the chaos. Shaking him awake, they cried out, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Their voices were filled with fear and desperation as the storm raged around them. Jesus stood up and looked at the furious storm. Without a hint of fear, he stretched out his hand and spoke with authority. "Quiet, be still." Instantly, the wind died down, the waves stopped crashing, and the sea became completely calm. The storm that had terrified the disciples obeyed the voice of their teacher. Jesus turned to his disciples, who stood in stunned silence, and asked, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" The disciples looked at each other, their hearts filled with awe and wonder. They whispered among themselves, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." As the boat continued its journey across the quiet sea, the disciples pondered what they had just witnessed. In that moment, they began to understand that Jesus wasn't just their teacher. He was the Son of God, with power over all creation. And though they had feared the storm, they learned that with Jesus in their boat, they had nothing to fear. And so, dear friends, remember, no matter how fierce the storms of life may be, Jesus is with us. Trust him, for even the winds and waves obey his voice.